Hello there, welcome to the Flipped Collaborate for A2 Essay in EDU 10004. You've done so well to get through assignment 1, well done. Your presentations have all been submitted and you're ready to work on A2. A2 is an essay, a descriptive essay, and it is our major task. Don't be too worried about that. We're here to help you. You have a friendly and knowledgeable bunch of ELAs who are chomping at the bit to help you out. So I thought I'd start with some key supports for you. It's really important to understand this assignment really solidly, understand what it's asking of you before you launch yourself off into your research. We'd hate for you to spend all of that time and just be moving slightly in the wrong direction. So I'm going to talk you through some key elements of the task here. And I'm just sharing my screen with you. So I've gone into our unit and I've gone into assignments and I've clicked on Essay 2 Learning Modes. So for assignment 2, our essay learning modes has a word limit of 2,000 words plus or minus 10%. We have a weighting of 50%. So in your 2,000 words, you're going to be doing lots of research, lots of discussion, lots of reflection, and coming up with some wonderful conclusions, and you're going to be rewarded with 50% of your grading. And our due date is not until week 8, which is great. So I'm going to head, before we go anywhere else, into the assignment details. So what is this assignment asking us to do? So you're going to write a descriptive essay, and this is the title. Describe 2 different modes of learning and how they align with contemporary education theories and inform the work of teachers. So what does that mean? We're going to go through that together. This is, our learning designers have created this, and it's a series of steps that will help you in preparing for your assignment. I'm not going to go through that. I'm going to ask you to do that in your own time. I will pop quickly to our assignment criteria. So just like in assignment 1, the sun rises and sets with the assignment criteria. This is where you determine your grade. So for A2, we have 5 criteria. So number 1, you're going to research 2 theories, describe how they align with learning and teaching. You're going to include limitations and benefits of each. You're going to describe learning modes and how they're connected with the theories. You're going to describe some practical examples of the learning modes, so what it actually looks like in the classroom. You're going to structure it with an introduction, a conclusion, and discussion in paragraphs. You're going to have logical and coherent structure, and English language skills, academic literature, citing and referencing. So please do make yourself familiar with our marking guide. We have a holistic rubric this time, so you will be graded according to how you meet each and every one of these points in order to move up in complexity. So if we move further down here, it increases towards high distinction, which is where it'll be highly sophisticated in its discussion. So you need to meet all of these points here in order to be awarded a pass, all of these in addition to be awarded a credit, and so on. So please make yourself familiar with those. So what I'd really like to do is help you understand what the assignment is itself, so you can start with confidence when you begin. So just going to have a little look here. I've just made some notes in the hope that it helps you having some visuals to understand this assignment. So our title is Describe 2 different modes of learning and how they align with contemporary education theories and inform the work of teachers. So in our unit, all of the theories we will be studying are contemporary education theories, so you don't have to worry about that. So what are we asking you to do for A2? We want you to research and discuss 2 theories, 2 learning modes, and tell us how they inform the work of teachers. So 2 learning modes, 2 theories equals an essay. I've just made this graphic here just in the hope that it helps you solidify that in your mind. So we've got plural in our description, in our title, our essay title. So that means we need more than 1 learning mode. So we've recommended 2 learning modes, more than 1 theory, 2 theories. You're going to tell us how these inform the work of teachers. And we know that learning modes and learning theories both describe how learning occurs. So I thought I might talk a little bit more about what learning modes are, because they're key to our task. So what is a learning mode? So a learning mode is a way to understand learning. It includes the manner or methods in which learning occurs. You'll find some more details on page 4.5 in our modules. It tells us that the thinking and approaches educators take in teaching are learning modes. So it incorporates everything that teachers do. What do they do in their daily routine? How do they communicate with their students? How do they present concepts and ideas and skills? Think of it as the actions that teachers take. And again, I've just made a visual in case it can help here. So learning modes, it's the manner, it's the method, the approaches that an educator takes on board to present the content to the students, the strategies, the actions. If you think of it as the things that teachers actually do on a day-to-day basis, or the way in which they approach their teaching, that is a learning mode. Okay, so now that we've understood a little bit more what learning modes are, how do we choose which ones we're going to use for A2? Let's have a little look. So on page 4.5, there are some examples here of topics that you could choose. Our ELA team together have supported hundreds and hundreds of students through this unit. And we've found time and time again that these are some great examples of topics to choose. So it's not a requirement. However, we do highly recommend that you look at these as an option for your own topic. There's a reason for it. They're quite easy to research. There's a lot of meat. There's a lot of discussion that can be had on these topics, and also they really pair very nicely. So you can see in the first option we've got the learning mode of problem solving, which aligns with the theory humanism, and the learning mode motivation, which aligns with the theory of behaviorism, and those together work really nicely to form a discussion for an essay. And you do have 2,000 words, so you will have plenty of research and plenty of points to share. So these are the 3 options that we are encouraged to choose from. So again, I've just made a little graphic. Can you tell? It helps my brain work. So if you choose the recommended option 1, you're going to be using problem solving as the learning mode and the theory of humanism, and discussing that with the learning mode of motivation and the accompanying theory of behaviorism. You're going to tell us how these all inform the work of teachers. And I've popped a little graphic here because if you're interested in doing this topic and you'd like some assistance in planning your essay, there's an example on our Padlet, and I've just popped it there, and I've made them blue so they should be easy to find. If you're interested in recommended option number 2, you're going to use, again, 2 learning modes, 2 theories in every essay. So you're going to use the learning mode of showing and doing that aligns with sociocultural theory, and show how using the learning mode, multiple ways of knowing, and post-structural theory, how these learning modes and these theories inform the work of teachers. And again, if you're interested, there's an example essay plan on the Padlet. The colours are so pretty, they align. And our last recommended option is using the learning mode of schemas with developmental theory, and the learning mode of self-awareness that links with psychodynamic theory. You're going to discuss how all of these together inform the work of teachers. And again, there is an example plan for your essay on the Padlet if you're interested. So I'll just head to page 4.5. This is where I mentioned we got our information from. So we've got a nice definition there. We've got, these are the pairings that are recommended to you. So again, we've got 2 learning modes, 2 theories in every essay, and you can choose the ones that suit you best here. And again, I've tried to be helpful. There's lots of information, lots of questions come up about this assignment, and I've made a student Padlet. So let me just move this so it's easier for you to see. So what are we going to do to help you out? I am in the Flipped Collaborate right now. We're going to have a couple of those to help you out, and the links will be just there. How are we going to help you? So we're going to have a few Flipped Collaborate recordings. We have a live brainstorming session where you'll join the ELA team to discuss the issues and the points that will be in the essay. And again, a last minute check-in right at the very end if you have any specific queries. We know life is very, very busy. If you're unable to attend a live recording, absolutely fine. I'll pop the links in there. We have our slides, so you can pop in there and see what we're going to be discussing. And then I really have lots and lots of information here. Every time I go to take out some information, some common questions, they pop right back up again. So I have tried to organize this to help you out. So in here I've created a tiny document, and it just talks about what a learning style is, what a learning mode is, and what a learning theory is, just so that can be really clear in your mind. And help for choosing your topic. We have another question that often pops up, and I just thought I'd mention it here, which is how many limitations and benefits should I cover? So it was in our criteria, remember? We really recommend that you identify and discuss 2 key benefits and limitations. If you do more than that, it's really quite difficult to discuss and flesh out the ideas and the points that you're sharing. So we do recommend that you stick to 2. And then up here, we often have students who say, I've finished my research. I know where I'm going. I know my key points. Oh gosh, where do I start? I'm finding it hard to begin writing. So I'm just going to finish this Collaborate recording now and start a new one. And I'm going to help you on how to plan this assignment and also how to write this assignment. So if you feel like you're really confident and you can launch off into things, please feel free. If you'd like a little bit of extra support for the writing side, just join me in the next session. Thanks, everyone.